So we were just talking to Amanda. It must be nice to be able to work with the girls more now that the two of you are in together in the same. I mean, you haven't started yet, but you're together in the same time, and now it's not just you and the boys. It's now it's you girls are gonna.
Yeah, no, I really love Amanda's and Jennifer's work. I think they're fabulous. And Amanda's obviously a whole other aspect of her character will come out in this scene, and so it's going to be exciting.
So are we going to see you in both times again? Like we saw the flashback.
Yes, I think there's going to be a lot of interesting time travel stuff, and as I said before, she is going to get into contact with parts of herself that she hasn't even known. So there will be different times, different realities.
I mean, how much? Did you have a lot of fun with that with the episode that you went back? Yeah. Can you just talk about? I was also whole experience.
Yeah, I was also kind of scared. All of a sudden, I have to look, like 30 years younger. So I thought, well, I hope I'm not going to look like the woman with a facelift.
I thought they did a great job. By the way,
I was surprised.
Yeah.
I mean, when I looked at myself, I thought, wow, it really did work because I was. Sometimes you shoot like scenes at 2 o'clock in the morning when you're kind of exhausted, and then play 30 years younger. Even harder. But I think they did a great job. The makeup artists and also the I don't know. Actually, I don't know if they did any computer stuff. I'm not quite sure.
The set design is something that immediately popped out to me. How easy is it as an actor when you get on set and see the kind of world they built just to get into character?
Yeah, you are automatically in a different world. You are automatically. Your costume, your changes. The thing is, it was really difficult to figure out actually first what kind of world it is, because I saw equipment that seemed to come like from the 80s, but you are in the future. So what it was, of course, that after the world died, the apocalypse, they had to assemble machine and technical stuff out of stuff they found. So that's why all of a sudden I had like a piece of computer equipment which seemed not to be very futuristic. What I find so interesting in the 60s or so, or 70s, that's before your time, the future always looked clean and gleaming and new and fresh. And now when you see the future, it's new. It's very often very, desolate and dire. How do you feel about that?
I agree.
That your generation kind of sees the future.
So kind of a negative outlook on it.
Yeah. Is that? Does that influence your?
I think as time goes on, we see how it comes together. That it can't always be clean. Especially in a post-apocalyptic type of world, they're using what they can. So it seems very realistic. I think this set, it seems like we know it's not going to look like Star Trek because we're in that time. So we're looking forward to the post-apocalyptic with metal and dirt and grime and just kind of making it work. So I think it works out.
It was really funny. We had this one episode where Jones goes to Spearhead, right? I don't know whether you remember it, and and all the actors that were constantly in this dark, dirty bunker of the world. All of a sudden, we moved out of it and into this other facilities, and boy, wow, you have a much better time than we here. This is clean and soap and trees and.
Well, it seems like a lot of the characters have to sort of deal with the debate of the good of the world versus something that is more personal to them. Can you talk about, especially with your character, just kind of that conflict, the whole conflict there?
Yeah, I think that's a really deep question. It's a moral question, and what I find great is that question is put out there and that everyone who sees that series can ask themselves, so what would I do if I was put in front of this question? I'm German, right? And people in the war or in the Nazi time in Germany, a lot of people stood it wasn't 7 billion, but in front of the question, do I save myself? Or am I going to be a snitch, a traitor, or whatever, you know? What is closer to me? My own kin, or my integrity? And I think it's a really interesting question. It's a political question, it's a social question, a philosophical question.
And I feel like as an audience member, I was kind of going back and forth with some of these characters because they kind of would switch between, I'm like, okay, they're a hero now, and then the next second they're a bad guy, you know, based on their decisions. So I think
but this is what I find so interesting. That is really what makes a character, in my opinion, real. That we are not so clear cut. It's not so black and white. We can go back and forth. You can have a great idea about yourself, how you would act, but then if the situation comes, you have to rethink and evaluate. And you will find out who you are only if you are put in a situation like this. If you're not put in a situation like that yourself, you can have all these great ideas about who you are, but you don't really know what you're really about. So that's a really favorite part for me of the series, which I really like about it.